Welcome to Storytime with me, Reverend Matt. Thanks for joining me again this week. As we always do, I'd like to start our story time with the singing bowl. I find that the singing bowl is a way that helps me to settle in and be still and quiet in my mind and in my body. And so let's do the singing bowl together. I'm sure you remember that the singing bowl likes to be the only thing making noise. So for us to listen to the singing bowl here together, we all have to be quiet together. So why don't you sit crisscross applesauce, hands in your lap, bubbles in, and then we can all be quiet together and listen together. Let's listen. Well done. All right. Now, before we look at our book today and our story, let's take a look at the wonderful faces you all sent me this week. Let's watch. Here we have Madeline's surprised face, which looks great. And then here we have Doug's happy face, which looks really joyful. Well done. And last is Luke's really angry face, which looks a little scary, but is really well done. Wow, those were some awesome faces. Thank you so much for sending those to me this week. And if you forgot and you meant to, you can still send me your face that you draw. And my email is in the description of this video for your grown-ups to look at. All right? Now it's time for today's story. Today's story is a personal favorite in our household. It's Extremely Cute Animals Operating Heavy Machinery by David Gordon. One beautiful summer day, Karen, an extremely cute animal, was at the playground making a sandcastle. Skylar appeared out of nowhere. Hey, guess what? This is my sandbox, and I say no stupid sandcastles. He stomped, he smashed, and he walked off laughing. Karen's extremely cute animals were there for her. We'll make a bigger and better sandcastle. Skylar came back with his buddies, Mike and Trent. And Skylar meant business. What did I say, Karen, huh? I said this is my playground and no stupid sandcastles. Yet the extremely cute animals were undaunted. You can see from this page how we're missing half of it, that we have read this book a lot. But the bullies were watching and waiting. They brought snowboards, pogo sticks, and a bad attitude. That didn't stop Karen and her friends. The extremely cute animals started building a sandcastle that was bigger and better than before. Then the bullies sprayed, they spattered, and they soaked the castle down. But being extremely cute doesn't mean that you can't get extremely mad. An hour later, Karen came back with the biggest, baddest, loudest bulldozer that she could find. Move your butts! We have a job to do! Joshua flew in the heavy lift helicopter, and the playground was hoisted away. Steel beams were delivered, measured, and cut, and then lifted way, way up. And there's a picture of Karen welding some of those beams together. The next day, the extremely cute animals opened the grandest sandcastle plus amusement park that anyone had ever seen. There were roller coasters, water slides, and Ferris wheels, bumper cars and bumper boats and carousels, a tilt-a-whirl, bungee jumping, and a climbing wall. Best of all, there were no bullies allowed. Clink! and they were left outside the gate. Until Karen opened the gate just a crack and said, "Would you like to come in too?" Skylar, Mike, and Trent were nervous. They knew the extremely cute animals were extremely angry with them. But it turned out they were also extremely good at including everyone. From that day on, everyone had an extremely great time riding and racing and even stomping and smashing. You can see here there's even a part of the park where they build sandcastles just so that they can be smashed down. Because let's be honest, it is kind of fun when it comes time to smash a sandcastle, if everybody says it's okay. The end. And that's Extremely Cute Animals Operating Heavy Machinery, written and illustrated by David Gordon. We absolutely love that book. And I think there's a couple things that we can learn and take away from this book. The first one is that bullying is not okay. And when you're bullied, it's always best to go find an adult, to find a grown-up to help you. And then what I really like is that the extremely cute animals find a way, eventually, to forgive the bullies. That's really tough, and that's really strong of them. And they still got mad, though. Being mad and being angry is an okay way to feel. And so they used that to help build an awesome, amazing place. And they didn't hit the bullies back. They didn't destroy the bullies' things. Instead, they eventually forgave them and then even found a way to include them, which I think is really impressive. The other thing that I like to take away from this book is that for boys and for girls and for everybody, there aren't just certain things that only boys get to do or girls get to do. Some people might look at this book and say, extremely cute animals and heavy machinery? Those two things don't go together. Karen is a girl and she drives a bulldozer? That's not allowed. But that's not true. I imagine maybe you or somebody you know, you've been told, you shouldn't like that, you're a boy. Or you can't do that, you're a girl. And you know, that's not true. So maybe sometimes you're a girl and you like to play with bulldozers and construction stuff. That's okay. That's great. Maybe, for instance, another thing could be about clothes that you wear. Maybe some people think that I shouldn't wear this shirt because it has pink in it. But it's one of my favorite shirts and I like it a lot. And so, even though I'm a boy, I wear a shirt with pink in it. Whatever it is, there's not just boy stuff over here and girl stuff over there. You can like and play whatever you want. And so can other people too. So it's an important thing for us to remember. So for next week, I would like you to draw me another picture. How about this week, you draw me a picture of an animal and a piece of machinery. Maybe you can have an alligator on a crane, or maybe you could have a tiger on a bulldozer, whatever it is you want. Can you pick one animal and one big, heavy machinery piece and draw a picture and send it to me? I'd love to see your pictures and include them in next week's video. Now, before we go, I'd like for us to end with some quiet time with the singing bowl again. So if you'll sit with me, crisscross applesauce, your hands in your lap, your bubble in your mouth, we'll wrap up with the singing bowl. Let's listen together. Fantastic. Well done. Well, it's been great having this time with you this week, and I can't wait to see you again soon. Goodbye.